Hello, I'm Roger, and I'm here with Chip Dog, and we are coming to you from the high desert of central New Mexico. You are watching Multiple Sclerosis. The monster inside me, my story. Okay, welcome back. And I'm on the road again this weekend. A couple weeks ago I was at my friend Amy's house and had a chance to talk to her, and we'll talk about that a little bit more later on. But right now I am in Crested Butte, Colorado. It's about 20 degrees outside. There's probably 6 feet of snow. You can see the snow on the buildings back behind me, and this is Mount Crested Butte back here, and that's where the ski area is, and that's probably close to 13,000 feet, maybe even a little bit higher. Right here we're probably close to 9,000 feet, and it was cold last night. It got down to about 10 degrees, so it was a little bit chilly. So, but we slept warm, and it turned out to be a good ride up here. I really enjoyed the pretty scenery. Today is February 27th, and I came up here with one of my longtime best friends, Jim. We were best friends back in high school, best men at each other's weddings, and so I've been fortunate to stay in contact with him. And this is his house up here, and I'm just right off of Main Street. I can go through the alley. Well, can't go through the alley now because there's too much snow, but through the alley, and then the Main Street businesses are right there, and right now I can smell all the restaurants cooking all their food for lunch and dinner. It smells like grilled onions. It smells tremendous. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is I'm going to do an MS walk. We're talking about that. Melina's got it all set up, and I think the date is April 23rd. She's finishing up the web page for it as we speak. I think she said it'd be done by March 1st, so a couple of days, and it'll be ready to go, and we can go look at that. And I think we're going to try to go ahead and hold it in Corrales, what we did last year at Village Pizza. That was a nice walk in the shade and the trees. We really enjoyed that a bunch. I want to talk a little bit about my last show, and I had my friend Amy on the show, and I really appreciate her letting me come into her home. Yes, I am set up in the street because it's the only place I can set up. There's too much snow everywhere else. But I wanted to thank Amy for being on the show, the last show, and there was so many things that I wanted to touch on. We just were limited on time, so she's agreed to come back and be on the show with me again. And so I really want to thank her again for being on the show. So we'll have her back. And one of the things I want to talk about is she is wheelchair bound, and that was one of the things that I wanted to. Got lots of traffic coming through there. It's all right. I love it up here. Everyone's driving slow. There's snow everywhere. Couldn't be a better spot. But I wanted to talk more about her being wheelchair bound. That was a big deal, and that was something I wanted to talk about and didn't get a chance to do that. So next time I'm going to talk to her about that. Another thing I wanted to talk about is some of the early warning symptoms of MS. And looking back in my history, and of course my sister passed away from MS, one of the things that has been bothering me for years, even before she was diagnosed, is a peculiar itch in certain spots. And as it turns out, I've been dealing with an MS itch for many years. And so I was going to just talk a little bit about the MS itch, because not many people know about it. Those of us with MS and have the itch know exactly what you're talking about. And I even asked Amy about it, and she does have the itch. So a little bit more about it. It can range from just a minor bother to a stinging itch, or the feeling of having pins and needles going through your skin. And my sensation is I feel like I have bugs crawling on my skin. Now there's two different spots, one on my rib cage and one over my shoulder blade on the right side. Do feel like there's a needle going in. It's in the same spot, and it just because the MS affects the nerves that control the area where the itch is. It's underneath the skin is what it is, and so generally the feeling is brief, but some people have more difficulties with it. I have problems with it at night when I go to bed, and the itch makes my feet move, and it's just a crazy thing to deal with. And I never realized that the MS itch, that the itch that I had was part of my MS issues. But there's certain things that can cause it, overheating, coldness, prickling, numbness, tingling, stabbing, or tearing pains, and those all go with the MS itch. We got more traffic. I love it. Busy Sunday morning here in Crested Butte. So the best way to figure out if you have an MS itch or if it's something else is an MS itch is generally under the skin. So you check the area for signs of rash, such as bumps, swelling, or redness, and those do not stem from MS. MS is under the skin, and I can find my itch and scratch on it for a little bit, and it just seems like I just never get to it. And then one of the worst things you can do, and what I was just talking about, is scratching on it, because you can scratch on it to no end, not get any relief, and tear your skin, and then you have, you know, a chance of infection and a sore spot. So some people have triggers that start the MS itch. I don't know what mine is. Going to bed at night for some reason seems to trigger mine. But so that's something to think about, is the MS itch. And I just can't sit still. I can sit down on a couch and start watching TV, and I start itching like crazy. And so I wanted to do a little more research on it and talk to you guys about it. Now, the way I found it, I just went Google searched MS itch, and it gives you a whole lot of information to look at and think about. It's pretty cool. So let's see, moving on. We talked about early symptoms, the MS itch, and I think I'm going to cut this show short. I'm going to show a little bit of some cool video and some pictures. And right now you'll take a look at, this is kind of the town of Crested Butte, overlooking, coming from the mountain, looking down over the town. And then I took some video, 360 view shot of a spot that we drove up to a little bit earlier. And it gives you kind of a really cool idea of what's going on here. So let's just take a quick look at that. A couple of pictures. My buddy right now is shoveling snow off the roof, and unfortunately I can't be much help other than hand him the shovel and help move the ladder a little bit, but that's a little more dangerous than I want to get myself involved with. So I think we're going to end the show now. I want to thank everyone for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I would appreciate that. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. Any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Any comments about the MS itch or anything else that you think I should cover, let me know and I'll investigate it. We'll look at it a little bit more. Alright, and more traffic. Alright, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for our next show, probably back at Candyman Studios. So we'll see you next time.